Hello, I'm Simon Whistler, you're watching TopTenzNet, and in the video today we're looking at the top 10 foreign words that you thought were English. English, a language that lurks in dark alleys, beats up other languages, and rifles through their pockets for spare vocabulary. That's a quote from a bumper sticker. And it's a humorous quote, but it's actually quite accurate. Of 80,000 English words, roughly 28% originate from Latin, 28% from French, and 25% from Germanic languages. So, to one of those countries that have shared their vocabulary by choice or by force, here is a list of 10 words that native English speakers may not know are foreign.
Number 10. Poltergeist. As so vividly demonstrated in the numerous Poltergeist and Amityville horror movies, a poltergeist is some sort of paranormal and usually violent activity taking place around those who are deeply troubled or have been traumatized. The word itself comes from the German word poltern, meaning to make noise, and Geist, meaning ghost. Most of this activity has been attributed to various physical or electrical explanations by skeptics. Number 9. Placebo. You've probably heard of the placebo effect, especially in drug testing. A placebo is an innocuous or inert medication given as a pacifier or to the control group in experiments on the efficacy of a drug. The noun placebo comes from a Latin verb meaning I shall please, in reference to some participants' belief that the medication had an effect. What is actually happening, however, is that the participants may be unwilling to say that they experienced nothing out of fear of failure or disappointing the researcher. Number 8. Loot. Loot, swag, plunder. No matter what word you use, you know you're talking about a treasure. The word loot itself is an Anglo-Indian word with a root in the Hindi lut. As a Hindi word, loot is an item stolen during war or riot. The word came into the English language during the British occupation of India during the 18th century. Number 7. Kudos. This is an ancient Greek word that means glory or renown. In ancient Greek culture, glory was found on the battlefield, much like every other civilization. When a soldier refused his earned due or kudos, it was considered a very serious insult. One of the most famous examples of kudos is in the Iliad, where Agamemnon takes the maiden Briseis from the soldier Achilles as a gift of honor, kudos earned from his glory in battle. Number 6. Khaki. If there is one thing that the British Army was known for up until the 19th century, it was their bright red uniforms, earning them the nickname Redcoats. This made them an easy target no matter where they went, and in combination with their emphasis on holding their formation, they were sitting ducks, especially during the American Revolution. However, if you look at the British Army now, they wear a more sensible colour, khaki. The British began using the cloth and colour found in their colonization of India, hence the name khaki, which means dusty or earth in Hindi. Number 5. Juggernaut. While most people think of the X-Men villain when they hear this word, it actually dates back to pre-colonial times. Juggernaut is actually Sanskrit for Lord of the Universe, and is a form of the Hindu deity Krishna. The word came into the English language when British visitors to India witnessed a parade famous to the Juggernaut temple, in which statues of deities that were 45 feet tall on platforms with wheels 7 feet in diameter are rolled through the streets. Ironic, as Juggernaut himself is represented as a young boy, often playing a flute. Number 4. Glitch. A word for slip-up, glitch is believed to be a conglomeration of two words, both that meant to slip or slide, around 1962. Glitchen, Yiddish, and glitschen, German. It was first used in English by American astronauts when there was a spike in an electrical current, and then broadened to other technical mishaps. Number 3. Confetti. Traditionally, confetti is an Italian word to mean candy, specifically sugared almonds and other sweet confections eaten during special religious occasions like weddings, baptisms, and first communions. The custom of throwing confetti, however, does not come from Italy. In times of antiquity, small food items such as rice, dates, or nuts were thrown during times of celebration to represent fertility and abundance. Number 2. Berserk. Berserk refers to an Old Norse word used to describe the Viking warriors. The word itself means bear shirt for the bearskins that the warriors used instead of armor. They believed that by wearing the skins and working themselves into their war frenzy, that they would be endowed with the bear's energy. Sir Walter Scott began using the words in the 1822 book The Pirate, more than 1,000 years after the Viking invasions. Number 1. Assassin. The origins of this Arabic word date back to the 9th century, when an Islamic sect was led to overthrow the Sunni Muslims. Yemeni Shiite Hassan-e-Sabah was the founder of the group and set about his mission by targeting the enemy's leaders. The group was given the name Hashashin, meaning hashish eaters, and it was converted into English in 1603 as assassin.
So I really hope you found that video interesting. If you did, please give us a like below, it really helps out, and don't forget to subscribe for brand new videos just like this 7 days a week. There is a subscribe button on the screen that you can click now. Also, over there on the right, a couple of other language-based lists, which you'll probably enjoy if you enjoyed this one. One is the top 10 English words with shameful pasts, and then below that, we've got the top 10 reasons not to study the Chinese language. That's a really controversial one, so check it out and you will see why. And I know if you're on a mobile device, you can't click on anything on the screen now, so there will be links in the description below to everything mentioned, and thanks for watching.